Hey, it's Todd Ault. It's June 7th. It's the 109th episode of Risk On. Maybe the greatest episode ever. Maybe the greatest show about risk ever, but probably not. Probably not, I say, because we skip around a lot. But we do talk about the risk we take every single day. I will tell you that I woke up to a pretty bloody small cap day. Yet I see the Dow was up, I see the S&P was up, I see the NASDAQ was up barely. Russell 2000, it was down, and the VIX was down. So I continue to be confused. The S&P, as big tech stocks hit a new record. This is the lull of the summer for me. I'm not a fan of trading stocks here. They go to weird places. They trade strangely. I saw a video of Jeff Bezos talking about how Amazon went from about $100 a share to around $8 a share. Maybe it was $6.
Yeah.
I remember it being $4, but he says $8. Okay, whatever. And the stock went down 90-something%, yet they had raised all the money they needed, all of it. And the matrix for all their numbers internally, he was watching as the business was improving, more orders from customers, all the analytics of new customers in Amazon were taking place. And so it gave him comfort to sit there and watch that happen. But he watched his stock go from $100 to $90 to effectively $8. Before obviously he's had this long road of success. He watched the internal numbers and he said one thing on that interview. He said the stock and the company are not always the same thing.
That's the truth.
And so I see that with a lot of stocks right now. An analogy that could be spread across many stocks.
Yeah.
Sometimes the tail, it can be raining in the caboose, but the train can be way ahead up around the corner where it's sunlight, right? So train's way up here, the caboose is way back here.
That's a good analogy.
You like that analogy?
Yeah, I like
it could
that a
be
lot.
sunny up in the front of the train, raining in the back of the train. Today felt like I was in the back of the train.
For sure.
But there were moments of glory, little excitement. Jason, why don't you cover the markets for us?
Well, it's great to be with you again today, Todd, Josh, Skyla,
Yeah.
Brett, Nick, everyone in the Risk On Army. Thank you for showing up, all 4950 strong. It looks like the Dow actually did come up with a victory today. We're going to talk about the Fed FOMC minutes. I've got a lot of stuff coming out now with Black Swan Index hitting all-time highs, Fed tapering reduction timeline shortening. We're going to get into all of that stuff, asset purchasing from the Fed, how that might wane down in a quicker time frame. But let's cover the...
Hey, Super Banker, new hire from Ault Alliance, Ault Global, DPW, the symbol of Ault Global. Chris Wu will be on the show today.
Chris Wu.
How do I do
we
that?
have
Clapping.
Oh, not that.
No, that's exciting. Yeah.
That's what we're
money.
going to see right there.
Yeah.
See, that's not...
Unstoppable!
That was the sunlight you spoke of. We're back in the train, in the back of the...
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, Chris is a deal man. He's a deal man.
you know what else? He's a big baseball fan, so...
JP Morgan,
Yeah.
Tanejo, Karl Marx. This guy's a smart banker. And I know all you out in the audience are wondering, why did he come to work for you, Todd?
Why would he do that?
Why would he do that? I'm not so stupid myself.
Well, he just wants to play fantasy baseball with me? Is that why he
Maybe,
came aboard?
maybe fantasy
It's
baseball.
possible. We'll ask him.
Maybe he wants to bet on baseball.
That was probably a key ingredient to the decision.
Little Pete Rose
Hey,
action.
let's get back to the... I saw Pete yesterday.
Did you?
Cruising around in his Rolls-Royce Wraith with carbon fiber on the hood. If you see the white Rolls-Royce Wraith with the carbon fiber, chances are that's Peter Edward Rose, 80 years old, still
Is he
doing
80?
it, still grinding.
That's
79
awesome.
or 80.
I hope that I'm even around when I'm
Andrea
80.
sees him like every day. He's got like, get this now. So we got two towers where I live. He lives in one tower, and then he has his girl that lives in that tower, I guess. And then in the tower adjacent to us, he has his mistress. Yeah,
What? Are you sure?
that's what I'm being told.
That's
Is it really?
risk on.
Hey,
It's a
Skyla,
little
if
risk on.
you're with if you have a
Yeah.
girlfriend, and then you have another girlfriend on the side, is it really a mistress? I don't understand that.
If they know each
Well, I
other.
mean, I think like that's technically if you're married, you have a mistress. But if you have like 2 girlfriends, I don't
So
know.
that's that song. Wait, that one song. I got a girl and my girl has a girl too. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean, it could be. They could
Maybe.
all
I've
be
never
like a
heard
little
that
throuple
song.
I've got a
going
girl,
on.
and the girl has a girl too.
My girl has a girl too.
Well, I want to see
You
that
guys,
song.
Andrea, you should play that. You should link that.
I got a
no.
girl, and my girl has a.
Allegedly, Andrea says.
Anyway, allegedly. Yeah, allegedly. We preface that alleged. Hey, the Dow was up 104, 34,681. NASDAQ was up 1 whole point today, Josh, 14,665. The S&P 4358 plus 14. Bitcoin showing a little bit of life today, 34,550. Ethereum 2361. That ratio of 14.63 Ethereum to equal 1 Bitcoin. You know, it's been in the 12 to 15 range for a while now. Oil actually down a little bit today, 71.88. OPEC's been speaking, Saudi Arabia, UAE, conversing about increasing production. So far, $70 a barrel and over is painful at the pump. So let's see what happens during the rest of the summer. It was down $1.50 a barrel today. Gold actually cracked 1,800 again, up $9. Silver, in my opinion, the most manipulated commodity in all of the world, $26.21. I might be biased on that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I love
tell us how you
silver.
really
A
think.
nice shiny metal. Copper 431 up 6 cents. Yeah, there you have it. Todd, what do you want to talk about as
I'm
far
looking
as
It's good to
at,
be king. He says, no, that's a side piece.
side piece? He says.
little side action.
Okay.
His side piece. Wow, I guess the part of the piece part's really rude, isn't it?
The piece.
Yeah, that's really.
Are you woke?
Am I woke?
Yeah. What's going on here?
No one wants to be called a piece.
What? Nice piece of silver.
Yeah,
Yeah, nice piece of silver.
no one wants to be called a piece.
Or I guess
Shiny.
a nice piece of gold.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. I don't know. I guess you're right.
That doesn't sound very nice, does it? Stocks were in. Was it up today?
What is that, Friedman?
Wow.
Friedman is
Pull it up here. I didn't think it was up today.
What's going
but
on with
apparently
the charts today? For Google's like
The whole world's
Screwing
up
us
off
over
its
today.
rocker today.
1319.
1319.
Was that on
apparently.
like 4,000 shares traded?
It
Hold
probably
on, let's get a
was,
better
yeah.
picture of this. FRD. Just to let you know, FRD should have earnings that comes out. If not this
For
week,
15 days, if Jeff Bombshell
Yeah.
were on this program. Skyla, I understand that you paid people on the Venmo.
I did.
How many did you pay?
wow.
I only paid one, and then I just got like the confirmation digits because if you don't have them in your contacts, you need their last couple digits so you don't like just send the money to
Drunk
the wrong
Tehran.
person.
Drunk Tehran.
Drunk
Yeah, so
Tehran.
he'll
it's
be
coming.
getting his probably later today.
Yo, Drunk
What
Tehran.
about Jeff Bombshell?
Yeah,
He
he
got
got paid in
his.
full.
Oh, he got paid.
He got paid.
Yeah.
The bracket
Everything?
buster.
Big money.
Everything.
You paid big money on that.
How much was
I
that?
did.
That was a big
I
pay,
think it was
payout.
$1,750.
$1,750. Someone
Yeah.
earned $1,750 watching this program. And Rod Wilson will have to need that $1,750 because he paid $4.89 a gallon in California,
Jesus.
which sounds like a bargain to me.
Rod, it's $297 in West Palm Beach, Florida.
Is it?
Yeah.
So Friedman, let's go to the chart. Friedman was up today.
Friedman had 17,000 shares traded.
Yeah, who cares? Let's
Yeah.
move on.
Okay. I love it.
Icon Enterprises, one of our big holdings.
Something new.
Yeah, we own $1 million worth of this. We own it inside DPW. It's not big enough to disclose because we have a $200 million balance sheet at DPW for all you people that can't add.
Is that the back of the caboose, the back of the train?
Yeah, we have a $200 million plus balance sheet at the end of last quarter.
Yeah.
That doesn't include this quarter.
That's public information.
That's
right?
public information. We're not telling you something.
The share price is $2.40. That's public information.
Yeah. Did it close at 240?
I'm sorry. I may have quoted you wrong.
Close at 242. Come
Okay,
on,
pardon me.
don't forget about
Hey,
that. It's 2
get your money
cents.
right.
Get your money
Like
right.
the Friedman
2 cents,
dividend,
right.
2
The
cents.
That 2 cents is the entire 2 cents of
Let's
DPW.
go, man. Let's get some energy going here.
Okay, we're going.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
AUM.
Yeah,
I'm just tired, dude. I work
I know.
like
We've
nonstop.
been getting killed.
AUMN, Golden Minerals. I'll let you take this part.
Hey, AUMN's back in the loading zone, in my opinion.
You want to buy it again?
Yeah, but I feel bad. I don't want to buy it just yet because we have another position that I'd rather buy more of.
Oh God, we're getting crushed in that thing.
Yeah, ticker symbol AG.
Hi, Jason. Can you look at 10, or is that IO?
IO.
Please look good for a potential uptrend. Junk Turan, 309 a gallon here in New Hampshire right now. What do they have in New Hampshire?
New Hampshire has beaches. Did you know that?
I heard that, right? And
INET
crabs.
supply.
Hey, the third. I got to get up with you. I got some information to talk to you about. IO, $1.82. What is this thing?
I don't know.
Let's look at it. We're having a hard time making money today. Let's be honest. The market crushed us today. Would you agree?
We were down in ALZN is giving a lot back.
Yeah. It's okay. Geophysical Corporation. Ah. Okay.
Yeah, we were down.
Yeah.
a wee bit.
We were down just a little, just a bit outside.
Oh my God, that's my line, dude.
Wow.
Bob Uecker line from Major
Yeah.
League is just a bit outside. I
This,
love that. That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite lines, dude. Hey, I want you guys to do me a favor. It doesn't cost any money, I believe, although you may be text messages, maybe paper message. 949-799-1831. 949-799-1831. Text there and get on the list because we're going to invite you to the conference that's going to come up in October, the Risk On conference that'll be here in Vegas. And one of the most important thing we're going to do here, Jason, is
We're gonna YOLO all our bankrolls.
you kind of pissed me off. I got to be honest with you. I'm not happy with you, and I'll
What
tell
the
you
hell?
because you're not betting baseball.
Oh, Jesus
okay?
Christ.
So fine.
All
So
right.
you stop betting baseball, even though you started with 1,200, you got to 7,000.
That's a fact.
But people have got to see you play poker.
What's going on?
I don't understand why you guys can't get a live streaming poker thing going so people can see this. Because I think when people come to the conference, they're going to want to play poker. And Jason's going to pick a couple people to play poker with him. Heads up with the dealer, right?
All right, that's fine.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
You
But
got. You
listen,
know you're good at this.
Can we get the
Everyone I bring around you is like mesmerized.
You know, I had a host.
You're like a computer. What they call you? Like Rain Man.
I had a host email me today and said, "Hey, if you need anything, let me know."
Wow.
We've played
What
there.
place?
It starts with an S and ends with an N.
Oh, got it.
We could probably get one there.
Yeah, we got to do this because,
All right.
Josh, we played last night.
Yeah.
Did we play last night?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wrecked it.
You wrecked those people. You know what I did?
You won.
This is so stupid.
Did you win?
I'm gonna tell you how
right.
stupid I am.
Oh no.
So I started with $500, which I don't like. I like having 1,000, but someone only had 500.
I was a
bucks
little
in
light
their
last
pocket.
night. Only had
Your
a few.
bankroll
Only had like
management,
15
you didn't-
hunch on me.
Right. So I started with $500. I got up to 700.
Mm-hmm.
So I just took the 500 back. I'm gonna give this to Jason because
Oh, yeah, that's right.
he's the. And then I just sat there and played all $200 for like hours.
Yep.
And then the last bet I lost, and then I just gave the dealer $5 and walked away.
So you broke even.
I didn't do anything except but they might give me a tuna fish sandwich.
You could probably get a sandwich at the
You think I
vid.
get a comp
Yeah,
there?
at that deli.
Yeah, but
How
that's
much
all I
action
get.
do you need to play to get the
He can get
massage
comps.
I can get
and-
better.
He never
action
asks.
I can get better action at.
You need to get the
Get
massage.
better
and-
action at Cosmo or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
MGM because if I play high limit tables there, it's $100 a hand.
Yeah.
Then they'll give me like whatever I want.
Oh, wow.
We should. You know what we should do, and we could live stream it if we could.
I didn't eat there last night, did I?
Resorts
Where did I
World.
eat last? Oh God,
Sushi.
no.
We
Yeah,
had
yeah,
sushi.
yeah. No, not that place. It was a good place, but I don't talk about that. That place before
was good.
I ate Blue Ribbon.
Blue ribbon chicken.
No, I know, but I didn't eat the chicken.
Oh, what'd you have?
Believe it or not, Blue Ribbon had great sashimi.
Oh, that's what you had
nice.
there.
But it's
That's weird.
ridiculous. $26 for 6 pieces. Absurd. What is
Wow.
that per piece? It's like absurd.
It's crazy.
But it was good for sure. There's no question.
Yeah, it's like
What are we covering today?
they want risk on sports back. Yo, Devon, I mean,
What's on your list here today?
Jason, do you have time to look at CMMB? Tim, I've been slammed. I need an assistant. I'm getting crushed.
Oh, come on, man.
I need if you know any of good assistants, someone that could do a lot of different things.
We were
very
trying
well.
to buy a 50-unit apartment building right before. Well, people probably. I can see you texting me. Todd's sad. right before I got on the air, I got a letter from the broker saying they decided to go with someone else.
Oh yeah.
You're
Yeah.
gonna play the sad music for me?
Yeah, I want the long, the
long version.
the extended version.
Of what?
Where is it? Oh, is that it?
Sad music?
Todd.
So I was going to buy a building called C3 Apartments in Vegas, 50-unit deal. And my lawyers pushed too hard in the negotiations.
Wait, continue.
And they went with somebody else. I'm not joking. It was only a $10.5 million deal. So it's a little small. We're looking at 2 other deals that are about $45 million. That deal only had 50 units.
What the hell? You didn't tell me that I lost money today.
Yeah, you lost
Jesus.
money.
Now let me play this.
Look at Caesar.
So listen to this.
Caesar's so sad.
Jason
By the
brought
way,
this deal to Todd.
No, your wife did, and she just
Okay.
lost 20 grand.
And she just lost 20 grand. Now I can't play poker.
Oh boy.
Oh my god. This is so sad.
It's so hard to buy apartment buildings right now.
What in the world? Why?
And
did-
they took forever to get it done. These guys are terrible. I mean, they're terrible brokers. Just for the record, you guys are terrible brokers. Not my broker, but the broker of that facility. They just terrible.
Well, we'll deploy that money somewhere else.
Yeah.
No big deal.
However, I'm going to sign it up. Well, I can't
Talk about
that
it.
thing, yeah.
Don't talk about it.
Yeah. What's an IND? ALZN Neuro filed an IND, an investigational new drug application. Now, keep in mind with AL001, the first drug, which is a co-crystal lithium ion treatment, those are all already approved, but they've never been put together. So because they're putting them all together, they're making us go through a quick safety test just to make sure your belly doesn't feel bad. But lithium and proline, salicylate, and co-crystallization have already been used. But we got a composition of matter patent and then an action patent on those two. I don't exactly understand the patent law, but all I know is they're good patents. That's what I'm told by really expensive counsel
Yes.
and other people. So an IND is a new drug application, and that gives the company the right to put the drug into human beings, which should be the next step, which is disclosed in the prospectus. So they filed the IND about a week ago, and I think that usually takes the FDA about 30 days, and then usually all things go right. You never know. I'm sure ALZN will let you know the day they're dosing their first patient. I assure you that I suspect there'll be a press release or something that will, like smoke signal, that will say, hey, our drug's in human beings now. But I wouldn't buy ALZN right here.
What?
I wouldn't buy it. You know why I wouldn't buy it?
I don't know.
why?
Because you haven't read the prospectus yet. Read the prospectus. Don't ask me later on, why did I buy it? I'm not even telling you to buy it. I already own it. I've been owned it for 6 years. I've been buying more. Don't buy the stock. Read the prospectus.
And how did
Understand
they find it? How did they find the perspective?
949-799-1831, 949-799-1831, and we will type in ALZN, and we will send you a link to the prospectus, and I encourage you to read it and ask questions. Don't be a day trader. Don't trade it. Don't trade it, man. This is we're trying to cure. We're trying to solve problems here with Alzheimer's.
You know who
dementia.
else is trying to do that?
Who?
And I have an idea, but Governor Ron DeSantis from Florida increased his allocation for Alzheimer research, dementia research, up $12 million to $51 million. Michelle Braun.
You know, I know someone that might be doing an interview with him.
You know, I have a really good idea about.
I know someone who might be seeing that governor.
Yeah,
He could be the founder of ALZN.
that would be interesting. Wow.
Well, University of South Florida.
Yeah.
Governor DeSantos.
Yeah.
He's happens to be in Florida.
Yeah.
Could be me.
Connect the dots.
You know, I'm from California,
Are you?
and I heard an interesting stat from our friend Gary that Alzheimer's is the #3 killer in California.
Well, that's because a bunch of people retired there.
Yeah.
Makes sense,
Well,
right?
it must be
Makes
higher
sense.
in Florida
Be
then.
high in Florida too. There's not as many people in Florida. There's a lot more people in California, by the way.
Yeah, that's true.
Except for me, I'm not there anymore.
What do we got here? IO. They want to know about ticker IO.
McLean wants to know what the cap rate was. We were trying to get it was like a 5% cap
Yeah,
rate.
5. I answered it.
And McLean, I'll tell you the reason why I was okay with that cap rate is because I believed that we'd raise rents over time, that property would perform well. A lot of these rents are not Because of COVID. COVID affected a lot of
COVID,
things.
the cop out for COVID.
Because of COVID, they didn't raise rents there. And because they didn't raise rents there, we thought maybe we'd get a better cap rate. Skyla,
Yes.
Is it that time for a joke?
I need a joke. So
Are you going to go with that one?
I'm moving the jokes all over the place here.
No,
Yeah, do it.
I don't know.
What?
There's a joke that's
No,
questionable.
I wasn't gonna go with that one. There's a
What's wrong
different
with the
one
joke?
that's like
Wait, what's wrong with it?
I
not
like the
as
one.
bad.
It's
what?
questionable. Get the ba-dum-bum.
God,
It's
I like the other one,
questionable.
though.
You
Alright.
didn't hear it, I don't
No.
think.
I don't understand. What's
Questionable
wrong with the joke?
jokes. This isn't
Was
the
it
radio.
sexual?
Yes. There was no swear words.
Oh, that's good.
I think you should do
I don't
it.
know. Is it funny?
It's
Yes,
funny.
It's really
I think-
funny.
Alright.
I don't know if you heard the what. I'm not telling that one. That one's worse. What does a horny frog say? Rub it.
Rabbit.
Rub it?
Rub it.
Rabbit. Rabbit.
The other one was way better.
I know, but that one's super inappropriate. Not gonna happen.
All right, whatever.
What's inappropropriate about it?
I'll tell you after the
Why don't you
show.
just tell me the joke right now, and I'll tell you whether it's inappropriate.
Yeah, do it.
Wait, but I,
She's gonna walk over here.
Come on.
Trying to figure out the
Walk over here
logistics.
and-
I'm kidding. Don't say that.
No.
Skyla, use your judgment here.
I know. That's why I didn't say it.
There's something that I thought went
that's
unnoticed
interesting.
today.
By the collar.
By the color.
Can we pull up the
haven't seen this
screen real
question
quick?
yet.
Oh, I didn't unnotice. I noticed this.
Can we pull the screen up real quick?
He's going in on them.
Now, did Trump actually sue Twitter?
It's class action. He's the head of the class. And he's suing them personally, the CEOs. Let's name them. Mark Zuckerberg, Mr. Alien. What's
By the way, is that true? By the way, that Zuckerberg was on a surfing thing. You know, that unifoil.
Yeah, did you see that?
Was that real?
No, that was shopped. And then what's our guy's name over there at Twitter? Jack Dorsey.
Yeah.
And what's the Google CEO? Starts with a P.
Those of you who
Sanjay.
know me, you
Sanjay.
guys know.
Sanjay,
Hold
yeah.
on. You guys know I'm big, but I'm also tall. 6'4".
Super tall.
6'4".
Yeah. I didn't know Jack Dorsey was like.
He's a
he's
tiny
not up to
human.
my leg or something.
Dude, that dude's
No,
like
he's
5'4",
short.
Tiny,
Really?
$10.
Is that true?
Yeah, he's tiny.
Wow.
He's like Andrea size.
Oh.
Andrea size.
It's not a good thing if
So
you're
what
a
does
guy.
this mean? They're suing him. Can we walk through this real quick?
Well, he's basically, you could make a case to say that that was election interference, what they continue to do and what they've done by creating an echo chamber environment.
I am lost. I just am lost. It is a cesspool of nonsense.
Yeah.
And I started thinking about it last night when I was watching Twitter. Not Twitter. And I'm disturbed beyond recognition about this, okay? So I'm going to play something for you guys. And it's listen, I have African Americans in my audience. I have Hispanics. I have Jews, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans. I could care less what your ethnicity is.
Yeah,
I could care less.
it's very true.
I sent it to you. And I'm going to play it. I sent it to you and Andrea last night. And I'll tell you why I'm disturbed about it. So, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the screen.
Continues to lose credibility because of this. So Kevin Love agreed to play for the U.S. Olympic basketball team.
Well, I'm going to play this. Let's try it again. Okay? Damn it.
So ESPN continues to lose credibility because of this. So Kevin Love agreed to play for the U.S. Olympic
You damn
you
thing.
keep-
basketball
fat
team.
finger in it.
ESPN commentator Jalen Rose is mad because he's white. Listen to what he said.
Love is on the team because of tokenism. Don't be scared to make an all-black team representing the United States of America.
Not to mention that in 2004, the whole team was black. And in 2016, the whole team was black. And in the years 2000 and 2008, there was only one white man on both of those teams. Both of them were all-stars.
And I'm disappointed in Team USA for not having the courage to send an all-black team to the
So
Olympics.
Jalen Rose has no clue what he's talking about. Moving on to this guy.
all-black
His
team?
name is Jay Williams. After the Celtics hired new coach Ime Udoka, Jay Williams tweeted out a congratulations to the Boston Celtics for hiring their first African-American head coach. Only thing wrong with this is that he's not the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth black head coach for the Celtics. And as soon as he got roasted on Twitter for his mistake, he blamed it on his account being hacked. So So first they make it all about race, and then they don't own up to their mistakes. So ESPN
So,
continues to...
what's my point about this?
Rachel Nichols too. That incident.
What in the hell is going on? Like, how is that not progress? I had dinner or lunch with Prashan Shah the other day.
Yeah.
She's a New York housewife that was on my show. She's a relatively famous woman. And there have been all black teams before. Now, your argument is doesn't where are we that the guy's arguing that I don't even know what to say here. You don't find this like ridiculous now?
Yeah, it's
That
absurd.
we're not making progress in this country with race relations. Come on, man. 2 teams in the Olympics have been all black before, and 1 or 2 white guys. And then this guy's saying they don't even know what they're talking about. But more importantly, does anyone remember Casey Jones?
Yeah, the coach of the Celtics.
Come on, man. What is wrong with this place? They're literally I can't is this normal now?
They're gaslighting
There's
everyone.
nothing you can do here.
No, it's just gaslighting.
It's absurd. You
Yeah.
cannot win.
Yeah, it's bad.
We went the pendulum swung so far now
Yeah.
that I'm hearing people saying that the flag is racist.
Yep.
You can't possibly think. Listen, I have relatives that are homosexual, right? If they lived in certain foreign countries, they'd be stoned to death.
Yeah.
And I see these people celebrating some of these women influencers celebrating Palestine, other things. Listen, I'm all for freedom for everyone, but you realize if you're gay in certain countries, you're dead. They'll throw your ass off a building. And I just think people don't realize what we have here. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect situation.
Dude, the president of Haiti just got assassinated.
I know, but I'm trying to say
Like,
that
they're
in
just
the United
crazy
States,
stuff.
it's not a perfect situation. But really, people are tweeting out that there's one white guy on the team, and that's a problem now.
The track girl who, if you don't like the country, why you represent? Just leave. Like, you don't have to stay here.
No, but it's absurd. It's like it is. And nothing I can say is going to solve any of it.
Doesn't-
I'm
yeah,
just
it
trying to say
doesn't
that this is what I'm watching. This is what we're all watching.
Crazy.
This is crazy behavior.
The Celtics had several African American coaches.
5 African American.
He's gaslighting everyone. Everybody's lazy. They won't do the research. That's the thing with this society.
People
Everybody's
are
lazy.
lazy.
These people are in a position to influence people.
Congratulations on hiring the first. And then once you say it, you claim your Twitter account was hacked. So someone hacked and they hacked it and put, oh, congratulations. That's the big hack.
Yeah.
So I'm going to hack someone's Twitter account and I'm going to say, I'll say that this is the first black coach. That's not a hack. No one's going to do that. Nobody
just
cares.
lose all credibility.
This is so stupid.
It's crazy.
Base flyer, Satish, I can't even say the last name. Rama, how the heck do you say that last name?
Ramachandran.
DPW will run hard. Read all the filings, understand the balance sheet. It should be at 7 or 8 right now. Huh. No comment.
Like, that's just your opinion, man.
That's your opinion, my man. I do believe it is relatively inexpensive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drunk Terrain. What's going on? Pandering to the woke crowd.
Or you're canceled.
Or you're canceled. I'm not pandering.
You
I guess
never
I guess
apologize.
I guess you could cancel me off YouTube.
If you apologize,
could you
are
cancel me off
done.
YouTube? Can I get canceled?
Yeah,
You could, but I'll just go on Rumble.
That's
Does
true.
anyone watch Rumble? Mm-hmm. Rumble?
Rumble's doing good.
Really?
And if that doesn't work, then we'll just create our own app.
Yeah,
and
we'll have
put
our
it-
own, and we'll put our data. We'll put
put
our
it out there.
Yeah, we'll put our server at our data center, and they can all, you know what?
We should
Really?
do that anyway.
Yes.
We should have our own app.
They can all.
One thing exciting. My sister,
Hey, try it
oh
again.
shit here, boy. My daughter worked for the Death Star.
Yeah.
Let's go to the screen real quick. Jeff Bezos.
This is interesting.
After giving away to his wife 25% of his Amazon stock. Well, she earned it. She was married to the bald man.
Yes.
I like it. I wish I could have a bald head like he does. It's all perfectly shaved. Looks normal. I can't do it. I would look like Neanderthal man if I had that big head with no hair. I got to have a little hair. But Jeff is a smart man. He did email me one time. That didn't go so well. Anyways, $211 billion after the JEDI move. You know the JEDI move?
I do.
This is not the contract you're looking for.
We've got more parts to this JEDI mind trick.
You?
Yeah, there's 2 tabs next to it.
These are not the JEDI.
Go to that one.
Which one?
That one. Boom. Pentagon cancels $10 billion JEDI cloud contract.
That Amazon and Microsoft were fighting over.
Yeah.
But I heard Amazon got part of it.
Yeah, and guess what happened? Guess who had calls for Amazon?
Who?
Unusual Whales. Shout out to you for getting me this information beforehand. But of course, the media did pick it up. Hey, Paul Pelosi. He's got calls on Amazon, and then he's got.
Can I ask
he's
you a
got
question?
the anti.
Is this possibly true? I mean, is this true?
Are you serious?
No, I believe you.
These guys are insider trading like crazy on Capitol Hill. How do they buy $20 million mansions on $200,000 incomes? Dianne Feinstein, I'm looking at you.
Well, Dianne Feinstein's husband was an investment banker,
Okay.
and she was a senator for a long time.
Well, how do these guys? How is like Paul Pelosi? He's got so many.
He's been dollar cost averaging it for years in his IRA.
Yeah, but not just this. He's got so many positions. I
He
tell you
bought
what.
crypto.
I tell you what.
He's in-
I'll
he's in
compile the
deep.
list of all these
deep
people,
crypto.
and then we'll
bad.
look at them.
I know it's
Like
bad.
Elizabeth Warren, who wants to tax the eat the rich. Yeah, okay, Elizabeth. Bernie
You know,
Sanders.
Elizabeth Warren put out something about only people with $50 million pay that tax, and I realized,
Yeah.
hey, that's me. I did. I'm like, wait, I can't pay that tax. Do you know why? Because the concept is that I would sell some of my stock to pay the tax every year.
Yeah.
What's so funny?
No, this is just funny. You could be too if you had that information.
Oh, Pelosi is hugely successful businessman.
Yeah,
I
sure.
agree with that. See, look at this. Gametech. Building global gaming brands. Look at the stock. That's interesting advertisement right there. Gametech. Game instead of GameStop. You guys, I know we're boring a little bit today, but this is just the fun
We're not
of it.
boring at all.
I don't
Capitol Hill has access, is
Don't get
privy to
yourself
all this
upset here.
information, and they take advantage
Trump
of it.
to sue Zuckerberg and Dorsey and
Piche. Yeah,
whatever.
over censorship.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Biden plans to raise taxes on the corporations and the wealthy, losing momentum.
Hey, we just talked about this.
6 months into the Biden tenure, Wall Street remains divided over likelihood of one of the campaign promises, higher taxes. Among many corporate components, Biden's tax plan is to increase corporate rate to 28% from 21 and the top individual to 39 from 37. GOP remains resolute against tax increases, contends the hike corporate taxes will hurt the fragile recovering economy. I can't do a super chat, Devon Wright says.
Yeah, it's disabled.
Devon, let me cover YouTube and the issue there carefully. Why can you not send us a super chat? Because we had some traffic from a foreign country that we didn't do.
Yeah.
And YouTube is investigating it. In the meantime,
I was just gonna. This is happening to a lot of accounts right now, where you'll see people in the chat putting a WhatsApp number and like a bunch of spammers. So it's become like pervasive across a lot of different channels.
so we've gotten some spam, and so we had to shut it down for a short time. Well, really, they shut it down. That's the secret. But I'm hearing it may come back on. But we don't. And Devon, it's very nice of you to send us money, but if you never sent me money, Devon, I'd still be your friend, and we could still do all kinds of chatting together and etc. Devon, I hope Devon, what do you do for a living? Can you remind me? Are you a real estate guy? I can't remember. Do you guys know what Devon Wright does? I can't remember. Devon, text me back and tell me what you do for a living.
yeah, Joshua Graham Stephan did do a video about that. It's true.
What happened with Graham?
He talks about it in detail, like covered it on a specific video about all this trolling but they're bots too. So, but it's happening across.
I get
a
all
lot of
these
YouTube.
stupid trolling where they say, well, I made so much on crypto, thank you. And then, Curtis, that was such a great trade. Curtis, you're the man. It's all fake. It's like, really,
Yeah.
Curtis? Come on. Guys, don't do any of that nonsense where you do trading. What is that thing called? the Forex.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get killed.
Currency?
Yeah, you're gonna get killed. Because it's all massively leveraged. You put up $3,000 to control like 30 million worth of currency, and the American currency moves 1 bip, and you're out of business, right?
Devon Wright is a machine repair journeyman.
What kind of machines? What kind of machines, Devon? Like cars or trucks or big generators or... I love people that can fix things. I couldn't fix anything. I could barely fix the toilet when it's leaking. I mean, I'm not joking around. I just call a plumber. I couldn't fix anything, literally nothing. My wife is all, she's like the handyman. She's all moving the wrenches around, and she can do all that kind of stuff. I can't do anything. All right. Hey, could you do me a favor and go get Chris Wu for me?
Yes, I can.
Appreciate it.
We didn't even get to talk about the Fed yet.
Let's talk about it right now. Chris is going to come in.
All right, that's fine. So,
I thought tapering was a bad thing for the economy. I thought that would send the market down.
yeah, it's supposed to, but it's kind of a little bit of a delayed reaction. It just happened this afternoon, which is weird.
Was it the Fed minutes?
Yeah, it was the Fed minutes. I mean, what they're just saying basically is the tapering reduction, the timeline is shortening from when they're actually going to start tapering their monthly purchases of, which is currently $120 billion in purchases. So the unwinding could be moved up to the fall of 2021. They're looking for like a series of good monthly job reports before scaling back large treasury purchases and, of course, mortgage-backed securities, while also consider raising rates a quarter point in early 2022. The problem is current job openings are massive. Finding good human capital is very tough now. We know this personally. Finding good people is very hard right now. It's always been difficult, but you're kind of leaning on what you currently have as an asset for as human capital goes. And then oftentimes in the workplace, you'll have a little bit of a weaker link. And instead of like upper management engaging that weaker link, coaching them up, if you will, trying to get more out of the weak link, what does upper management do? They turn to the path of least resistance. They pile more of the obligations onto the good person, and that's just wrong in my opinion. That's a cop-out. If you're in management, you should have to try to engage that weak link or make a decision based on that person or persons to decide whether or not it's worth it to keep that person in the office. And what could happen is you could build up a lot of animosity within your workforce, because if you don't engage that weak link and you just start piling more work, like, for example, Chris Wu, this guy just walked in. He's a beast. What if I just said, hey, I got 2 or 3 widget producers that they just suck, and, you know, I'm going to ignore them, and I don't want to cause any kind of chaos. I'm just going to pile all the widget making on Chris Wu because I know he's a beast. That creates animosity in the workplace. You're letting people off the hook. As a manager, you're not doing your job properly.
Hey, in the house today, Chris Wu. Chris Wu is the Executive Vice President of Ault Global, DPW on the New York Stock Exchange American. He is also the president of Ault Alliance, which effectively is like the alliance between the private and public company that we run. Ault & Company, Ault Global. Ault & Company is the largest shareholder of Ault Global, which trades on the New York American. Ault Alliance is a wholly owned subsidiary of Ault Global. Not that complicated.
No.
But it has multiple subsidiaries, and he's also head of alternative investments. Chris, I wonder if you wouldn't mind giving, we've already disclosed this in an 8K, but I wouldn't mind if you wouldn't mind giving the whole audience your background, kind of what you've done the last 25 years. Can you go through in every single detail every deal you've ever done? Just kidding. Just kidding, Chris.
Hey, we just talked about that.
It'll be a while.
Yeah.
Chris, could you give everyone your background? Chris Wu.
All right. Hey, everybody. Glad to be here. And this is my first week on the job, so to speak. So I came out from New York to meet the gang, and everybody's been very friendly and looking, I feel comfortable in terms of the staff we have. So appreciate all that. In terms of my last 25 years in a nutshell, came out of B school, let's just start there. Joined JP Morgan, focused on M&A principally, but I also was in the chemical industries group. I also did asset-backed securities, which was really fun, particularly cross-border privately placed asset-backed securities. I also did Reg D traditional privates. So with all of that background, I was stuck on a deal representing United States Steel in order to purchase maybe a dozen insolvent steel mills around the country, and I was tasked with the job of creating a model that had all of those mills together. So that was my first taste of insolvency, and I just gravitated to it. I felt like that was really M&A in reverse, and it's easy to build a cap stack, but it's harder to split the pie when the pie is smaller. So, wanting to focus on restructuring, I went to a mid-market boutique by the name of Karl Marx, spelled with a C.
Yeah, okay.
Marks, a well-known,
Very well-known.
middle market
Yep.
boutique in New York. And that was a private partnership, and I grew to run that the transactional side of that business for 14 years. Then I left 4 years ago to join a firm by the name of Teneo Capital, Teneo, and built the restructuring business there, and took the opportunity to join Ault Global a week ago. So that's probably 3 minutes, but best I can do.
The abbreviated version.
It doesn't hurt that you're a big baseball fan, too. So Chris and I, we hit it off right away. Talking about Chris's extensive background in full season fantasy baseball, going back to his college years. This guy's a diehard fantasy baseball player, a
didn't know
purist.
that. I didn't know
Absolutely.
that,
That's
really.
going back to the old Yahoo days, right?
Who's your favorite team?
Yahoo pre-Yahoo.
Pre-Yahoo.
And we used to actually construct based on the last page on the Tuesday edition, I think, of the USA Today.
That's going
And we
way
had
back.
a number cruncher who would put together the manual spreadsheets.
No
yeah,
way.
that's way back. That's
Excel
Who's
based.
your favorite team?
that's before me.
My favorite team is in Baltimore. But I say that with, a little trepidation because ever since Peter Angelos became the owner, and that was obviously a long time ago, the team has sucked.
Yeah.
But we're experiencing a similar phenomenon with the Washington football team. So, but they are nominally my favorite team. And, that's because they didn't have the Nationals when I was growing up during my formative high school years in D.C.
Nice.
Wow. Baltimore.
Nice.
So, Chris, the reason I had you on the show is I don't think people understand DPW is a holding company, and we can't really talk about the deals we're working on. We do have some shareholders that are always perplexed by what a holding company does, what a platform does. But I wonder what you could talk about that attracted you to the idea of building a platform around Ault Global.
Yeah, so I mean, I came to know Ault Global through the restructuring of a hospitality property that Ault was an investor in, and that was a complicated but successful project. And over the years, I shared some investment ideas and deals with Todd and his team, and I felt like they were very opportunistic, thoughtful, and they were agnostic to structure, which really lends itself well in the markets that I play in, which is in the middle market, where situational capital, opportunistic capital can really make a difference. And so the idea that we can utilize traditional LBO private equity techniques is certainly, one aspect of it. The other aspect is we could lend into situations where we can get paid to wait and assess whether or not it's appropriate for an equity investment. And the way I see it, Ault Global is not afraid of pricing and assessing risk in order to create new platforms. And what really attracted me also is the notion that, we see assets that are undervalued. So capitalizing on those is exciting. But I also like the disruptive aspect where we can identify situations that through either technology or new markets can really upend an industry or create alpha that way. So those are the themes that I thought were interesting.
Yeah, I think it's important that people understand if you're a shareholder of DPW, I have bought undervalued assets, broken assets for a lot of years. And going back to the days when the original food maker, which owned Jack in the Box, poisoned people with E. coli burgers, 700 people, about 4 people died. That stock got obliterated for a while. I've always been attracted to these, like, where there's sort of blood in the streets or problems. And Chris navigated an incredibly complicated bankruptcy where we emerged from it a stronger, I think we got a $145 million loan from Hana Bank and built a hotel in the middle of COVID.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens. Or building a hotel. And so Chris is probably the first. I mean, not Will. I mean, Will understands it. I've known Will a long time, but Chris is the first banker that would bring to me things that were like, this thing is in bankruptcy. It's got these 14 problems, and here's how we can make money. And so Chris and I have been a natural. Our styles are very similar. However, Chris is very detail-oriented. I fly at 100,000 feet, and Chris will go all the way down to about an inch and get all the details, and then get all the people to coordinate around all the details, and get all the bankers and the lawyers to coordinate. Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. That's absolutely true. Carl Icahn. This guy, someone's quoting this. CEOs are paid to do a terrible job. If the systems wasn't messed up, guys like me wouldn't make that kind of money. That's true. So we tend to, when we knock on your door, something's usually wrong, right, Chris?
Hey,
there's usually a problem.
Yeah.
There's usually an issue that people at the table haven't been able to solve. That doesn't mean, they don't necessarily have the diversity of perspective or experience. And if we can add value, then those are great opportunities for people like Icon, people like ourselves.
What do you think about the area we traverse into? Because we traverse in a pretty small. I mean, there's not a lot of people in our space. Down in the smaller cap to mid cap. You're kind of mid cap, but in the small cap where I'm at, there's almost no one down there, right?
It's interesting, and I maybe this is just me seeing things that sort of appeal to the thesis and working backwards to like trying to build your own rationale.
Right.
But there was a report recently by Duff and Phelps who tracked sort of long-term returns from the 20s as compared against DJIA, as well as all the S&P 500, and the small cap universe has out-returned those indices. So I think it goes to show that obviously the lemming effect, the safety effect, the number of mutual funds out there, it sort of breeds mediocrity because of how many people are in those fields. And so, I think if we have the patience to find undervalued opportunities, particularly, one might argue that in the era of value investing being upside down and mean reversion not happening due to the corrosive effects of inflation, that everything in small cap territory is undervalued. And so the key is really, how can you take something like that and create scale and acceleration of capital? And so that will attract more value, in and of itself. So I like the space.
Clearly one thing that's changed for us is our balance sheet allows us the opportunity now to do things we couldn't do a year ago. And for small cap companies, we have a fairly decent balance sheet now. And with your ability to finance, you bring even more to the balance sheet in the sense that we have a lot of financial flexibility on deals we do where we can go out and get outside financing that doesn't even have that. Maybe DPW is the equity piece and Chris lines up the debt piece or whatever. So Chris Wu's here. We're going to answer some questions. There's a couple questions for Chris. Did you see that? I think he might have answered one of them. One of which was, what was the second reason you came here? I don't understand what that meant.
I think you gave one reason, the first reason why you wanted to come. W.M. McLean was asking, what was the second reason you decided to come aboard?
Okay.
You didn't have to have a second reason.
I
But.
probably forgot, but I think the second reason really relates to the theme of the show, which is risk on. And, it has occurred to me, when I left Karl Marx after building a successful middle market restructuring banking group, that I felt like it was time for me to move on. And I'm the type of person that if I have those feelings, like if I wanted to lose weight, I would sort of tell everybody before I was actually doing it that I was going to go on a diet, and therefore, put the pressure on myself to do something different. And this move is more, sort of in that spirit, which is that if, and I don't know who you would attribute this quote to. I think it's either Henry Ford or maybe even Tony Robbins. But if you do as you've always done, you're going to get what you've always gotten. And so, I think, I was, in a good place. But given my kids are getting older and an opportunity like this only comes so often, and my perception of the risk in terms of coming here was different from other folks in my seat. So I don't know if that answers it, but
It
that's
does.
sort of in the back of my
It's important
mind.
to have people understand that we elevated our game. I mean, I'm a big believer that Alt Global elevated their game when they got Chris.
Yeah, for
and everyone,
sure.
you can tell the reception. It wasn't easy to get Chris, too. I think it took us, a good few months, right? Or longer. We've been talking about this for a while.
Sure. But I mean, that's pretty standard, actually.
Yeah.
I probably negotiated with Teneo for like 17 months or something. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe I was quick then. Wow. It didn't feel quick to me.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, we appreciate you joining us. Hang out for a few minutes. We're going to be wrapping up the show. Those of you who want to check out what we're doing and get those 13D filings sort of in a timely manner, we filed the 13D on HUSA, HUSA, and went down today.
Yep.
That was unusual.
No, not really. Oil is down $1.50. It's pretty standard.
Oh, our theme is just oil there?
Yeah. Well,
They have about 1 million acres of assets. Is
Not
that
our
true?
theme,
Do
but-
they have 1 million acres?
yeah.
Do they have a working interest in about 1 million acres of assets?
Yeah. Oil and natural gas.
But it's a working interest, right? So,
Sure.
they have a 20% interest in
Yeah.
some.
Yeah, it just depends on where it is.
Depends on what it is.
Yep.
So some interests could be lower.
Yeah, in Colombia, it's a little bit different structured. But yeah, 1 million is about the number.
But it's a percentage of that million.
Correct.
Yeah.
So,
Looking to buy undervalued assets.
yeah, that's
Never
what we
know.
do.
We put a full position on there, and obviously that 13D file. We filed an S3 too.
Yeah.
Not an S3.
No, a form 3. Yeah.
Because of now we're
14. What are we?
affiliates.
14.89.
14.84, 14.89 for
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, I've been told, Chris, to ask you, do you remember like a risk-on moment for yourself, kind of the biggest risk you were taking? You don't have to get specific if you don't want to, but the more you could, the better. Like something where you made an investment yourself or you did something with someone that there was a moment in time where it was a big risk.
Well, I mean, I'm experiencing it today. I mean, I would just say from a career perspective, when I left Karl Marx, because I was partner in charge of a group, I was in a very secure position. And so, and also something happens to your risk tolerance when your kids are young and you raise your family from that position. I grew risk averse during that time frame when my kids were younger. And so that was a big risk for me personally to move to a platform that was not known for restructuring. But from an investment perspective, the lights really went on for me with respect to Bitcoin, and it's never turned off to the point where, I've effectively allocated as much as is fair to Bitcoin and a little bit to Ethereum. And I don't feel the risk because I feel like I know the asset really well. But certainly in the initial stages, that was risky.
Hey, we'll catch up with Chris tomorrow on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Maybe we get him back on the show. We can talk about crypto.
Yeah.
One of your favorite topics. Josh, thanks for joining us today. Brett and Nick, thank you so much. It is the 109th episode of Risk On. It is June 7th. We thanks Chris for being our special guest. He's in Vegas with us all week. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Be well.